What if the two most ordinary foods in your kitchen were quietly fighting for your heart every single day without you noticing? And what if the story you were told about them growing up was only half true? Imagine this: you were standing in a grocery store looking at a pile of shiny red apples and a stack of green broccoli crowns, and your brain thinks simple snack, boring vegetable, nothing special. But behind that calm picture is a long history of myths, misunderstandings, science, surprises, and real heart-changing power that most people never hear about. For generations, apples were wrapped in a sweet saying that promised to keep doctors away, while broccoli was pushed on dinner plates as a punishment food that kids were told to eat if they wanted dessert later. Yet neither of those ideas tells the real story, because apples are not just about sweetness, and broccoli is not just about forcing yourself to eat something healthy. These two foods come from different worlds of culture and history, yet they meet at the same destination: your heart. Centuries ago, apples were symbols of temptation, knowledge, and even immortality, while broccoli was born from careful human selection by ancient farmers who believed shaping food could shape health. Fast forward to today, and science is finally catching up to what intuition and tradition hinted at, but also correcting a lot of myths along the way. One of the biggest misconceptions is that heart health depends only on avoiding bad foods, while the truth is, your heart responds just as strongly to what you add as to what you remove. And this is where apples and broccoli quietly shine. When you bite into an apple, the first thing you notice is the crunch and sweetness. But what you do not feel is the fiber, beginning a slow conversation with your body that starts in your gut and ends in your bloodstream. This fiber, especially the kind called soluble fiber, acts like a gentle sponge moving through digestion, helping carry excess cholesterol out before it ever reaches your arteries. For years, people believed apples were healthy mainly because they had vitamins, but the real magic is how they interact with cholesterol levels and blood vessels. Modern research shows that regular apple eaters often have healthier cholesterol patterns, not because apples are magic, but because they work with your body instead of shocking it. Apples also contain natural compounds that help calm inflammation, which matters because inflammation is one of the silent drivers of heart disease that many people ignore. They think heart problems arrive suddenly, but in reality, they build quietly through years of tiny signals your body sends that are easy to miss. Apples help lower the volume on those signals. And then there is broccoli, which has a reputation for being harsh or bitter, but that bitterness is actually a clue. Bitterness in plants often means protective compounds, and broccoli is full of them. One of the most surprising facts is that broccoli supports heart health, not only by lowering cholesterol, but by helping your blood vessels work better. Your arteries are not just pipes, they're living tissues that expand and relax with every heartbeat. Broccoli contains nutrients that support this flexibility, helping blood flow stay smooth and steady, which reduces strain on the heart. Long ago, people believed only animal foods could make you strong, and that vegetables were secondary, but history shows that many cultures with plant-heavy diets had lower rates of heart disease long before modern medicine existed. Broccoli plays a role here by delivering compounds that help the body manage oxidative stress, which is a fancy way of saying damage from everyday life, stress, pollution, and poor food choices. Another myth is that healthy foods work only if you eat them in large amounts, but apples and broccoli show that consistency matters more than quantity. One apple a day does not fix everything, and one serving of broccoli does not erase years of bad habits, but over time, these small choices stack up. Your heart responds to patterns, not perfection. Psychology also plays a role. When people think heart health is complicated, they give up. But when they see that simple foods can help, they are more likely to stick with better habits. Apples are easy, familiar, and comforting. Broccoli, when prepared well, becomes satisfying and enjoyable. Culture has shaped how we see these foods. In the United States, apples are linked to lunchboxes, pies, and autumn, while broccoli is often linked to steamed, bland side dishes. But when you look closer, both foods have traveled the world, adapting to different cuisines and proving their value again and again. Science now tells us that apples help support healthy blood pressure, partly through potassium and partly through plant compounds that support vessel health, while broccoli contributes minerals and antioxidants that help reduce arterial stiffness. One surprising fact is that cooking broccoli lightly can actually improve the availability of some of its heart-supporting compounds, while overcooking can reduce them. Another misconception is that fruit sugar is bad for the heart, but apples show that sugar packaged with fiber behaves very differently from sugar alone. It enters the bloodstream more slowly, and does not cause the same spikes that stress the heart and blood vessels. History also shows us something important: heart disease was rare in many populations. Before processed foods became common, apples and broccoli are not exotic superfoods, they are normal, everyday foods. And that is exactly why they matter. They fit into real-life meals, not just health trends. There is also a psychological comfort in choosing foods that feel familiar. When people feel deprived, they rebel, but when they feel supported, they stay consistent. Apples can replace processed snacks, broccoli can balance heavier meals, and together, they create a rhythm that supports heart health without feeling extreme. Another overlooked aspect is gut health. Your gut bacteria influence cholesterol, inflammation, and even blood pressure. Apples feed beneficial bacteria through their fiber, while broccoli provides compounds that help those bacteria thrive. This gut-heart connection is one of the most exciting areas of modern science, and it shows that heart health is not just about the heart, it is about the whole system. Myths told us to fear fats, then to fear carbs, then to fear fruit. But the truth is, simpler whole foods that humans have eaten for centuries tend to support the body when eaten regularly. Apples and broccoli fit that pattern. They are not miracle cures, but they are reliable allies. Your heart responds to trust and consistency, not quick fixes. Imagine your heart as a hardworking engine that responds best to clean fuel, smooth roads, and steady care. Apples help clean the fuel system. Broccoli helps keep the roads flexible and open, and together they reduce wear and tear over time. As you move through your day, your heart beats thousands of times without asking for thanks, but the choices you make can make that job easier or harder. Choosing an apple, choosing broccoli, choosing them again and again is a quiet way of saying you care, not in a dramatic way, but in a sustainable human way. So next time you see these foods, remember the long journey they have taken from ancient fields to modern kitchens. Remember the myths they survived and the science that now supports them. And remember that heart health is not built in a moment, but in moments repeated daily. If this story changed how you see these simple foods, let me know what surprised you most. And if you enjoyed this kind of deep yet simple health storytelling, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this.